Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you know, these days students are preparing for the coming term 1 examination. So to make it a simple, I have come up with MCQ series for class 10 science. So in today's session, we are going to tackle most important MCQ from the class 10 topics. Let's begin with chapter 1, chemical reactions and equations. Okay. Okay, we have a question number 1. And before I continue with today's session, let me remind you, if you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe my channel so that you are going to get latest notification about the latest video and also notification whenever I take live classes. So let's continue with the today's session, that is MCQ on chapter 1, chemical reactions and equations. So we have the question 1. Which of the following is a decomposition reaction? A. 2HGO heat gives you Hg plus O2. Calcium carbonate CaCO3 gives you calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide when you heat it. We have C option, H2O, that is water under electrolysis gives you H2 plus O2. Decomposition, all of these three are example of decomposition, therefore the correct option is all of this. On basis of the following feature, identify the correct option. This reaction occurred during corrosion and this reaction occurred during respiration. The correct options are A. Decomposition reaction, B. Redox reaction, C. Combination reaction, or endothermic reaction. Both these examples are come under redox reaction. The correct answer is option number B, redox reaction. Okay, let me explain you why. First one is undergoing oxidation process. Okay, what is that oxidation? Using oxygen, addition of oxygen. Whereas respiration, during respiration process we give out oxygen. So this one is reduction. So oxidation and reduction both together term it as redox reaction. Therefore, the correct option is B, redox reaction. Let us move on to question number 3. Which of the following is not a physical change? Not a physical change, that means which of the following is a chemical change? Let us read the options. Boiling of water to give water vapor, melting of ice to give water, dissolution of salt in water, combustion of liquefied petroleum gas. We know that combustion process itself means a chemical reaction or chemical change. So the correct option is option number D. This type of question is very common during MCQ exams under this chapter. So you may get some similar questions over here. Which of the following is not a physical chain, or you may get it as which of the following is not a chemical chain, wherein all will be examples of a physical change. Okay, so you should know to identify such question. So this is one type of question under this particular chapter. Let us move on to question number 4. Which of the following can be decomposed by the action of light? That is decomposition reaction using the light energy. NaCl, KCl, AgCl or CuCl. We know that silver chloride undergo decomposition when you supply light energy to it. So the correct answer is AgCl, that is silver chloride. You may also get AgBr, that is silver bromide. Both of them undergo decomposition in presence of light. So here you should also try to remember this option as well. Now, question number 5. In which of the following identity of initial substance remain unchanged? In that means, in which of the following statement which are given over here, initial substances is not going to undergo any change. Option A, curdling of milk, formation of crystal by process of crystallization, fermentation of grapes, or digestion of food. Okay, so we have curdling of milk, or formation of crystals by process of crystallization, or fermentation of grapes, or digestion of food. Okay, I know that in the formation of crystal by process of crystallization, initial substance is not going to undergo any change, whereas all these other are example of a chemical change, whereas this one is a physical change. The correct option is option number B. Okay, let us move on to next question. Question number 6. Which of the following reaction involve combination of two elements? Okay, first one, A, calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide gives a calcium carbonate. B, sodium plus oxygen gives you sodium oxide, Na2O. SO2 plus O2 gives you SO3, or NH3 plus HCl gives you NH4Cl. Which of the following, all are example of a combination reaction, but which of the following is the example of combination of two elements? We know that option B, we have sodium and oxygen. These are two elements, so the correct option is option number B. When hydrogen sulphide gas is passed through a blue solution of copper sulphate, a black precipitate of copper sulphide is obtained, and the sulfuric acid so formed remains in the solution. The reaction is an example of a combination reaction, a displacement reaction, decomposition reaction, or double decomposition reaction. Let me explain this question. We have copper sulfate, CuSO4. When you pass hydrogen sulfide gas, that is H2S gas, you get copper sulfide and H2SO4. This formation of copper sulfide gives a black color, that is black precipitate its form. Okay, so this is an example of a double decomposition reaction. Okay, so it's an example of double decomposition. See here, this and this has interchanged. These two ions have interchanged their position. Therefore, it's an example of double decomposition reaction. Okay, we have the question number 8. What happens when copper rod is deep in iron sulfate solution? Okay, copper displaces iron. Blue color of the copper sulfate solution is obtained. No reaction take place. Reaction is exothermic. What happens when you dip copper rod in iron sulfate solution? We know that iron is more reactive. It is more reactive than copper. Okay, it is more reactive than copper. Therefore, there will be no reaction. It is not going to displace. It's not going to displace iron from its solution. Therefore, no reaction will take place. Let's move on to question number 9. We have student added dilute HCl to a test tube containing zinc granule and made the following observation. Which of the following is correct? Which of the following is correct? Okay, the zinc surface become dull and black. A gas evolved which burn with a pop sound. The solution remain colorless. Solution become green in color. Okay, let's try to write the reaction. We have zinc plus HCl will gives you zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. Okay, this hydrogen gas which is released during this reaction is going to burn with that pop sound. So the option number B is correct. The gas evolved which burn with a pop sound. Let us move on to question number 10. A dilute solution of sodium carbonate was added to the test tube A containing HCl and B containing NaOH. The correct observation. Let us write a reaction and then you will understand which option will be correct. We have sodium Na2CO3, that is sodium carbonate, added to HCl will give you NaCl, sodium chloride, plus water plus carbon dioxide gas. Same sodium carbonate, when you add to NaOH, no reaction takes place. Now let us see what are the observation which is correct. A brown color gas liberated in test tube A, brown color gas liberated in test tube B, colorless gas liberated in test tube A, and colorless gas liberated in test tube B. Since only A part is reaction taking place, a colorless gas is obtained in test tube A is the correct option. Which is that colorless gas? Carbon dioxide gas is the colorless gas. Okay, let us move on to the next set of questions. Question number 11. Which one of the following process involve chemical reaction? Now here some examples are given. You are going to identify which is a chemical reaction. Storing of oxygen gas under pressure in a gas cylinder, liquefaction of air, keeping petrol in a dish in open space, or heating copper wire in presence of air at high temperature. All these three examples of a physical change or a physical reaction, whereas the option number D is a chemical reaction. So answer is D. Let us move on to question number 12. Identify X and Y in the following reaction. Okay, you can put a star for this question. Why star? Because this is another type of question which is very common in this particular chapter. That is, a particular reaction will be given to you and you are going to balance that particular reaction. Okay, let us see what's the reaction. Copper plus X HNO3 gives you copper nitrate, okay, plus NO2, okay. So use NO3 and YNO2. Let us balance this and let us write the left hand side and the right hand side. What are number of atoms? Okay, we have copper, we have hydrogen, we have nitrogen, we have oxygen. Okay, let us write on the left hand side copper is 1, hydrogen is 1, nitrogen is 1, whereas oxygen is 3. Okay, on the right hand side we have 1, 4 of oxygen is hydrogen. Okay, this hydrogen is the C of, we have 2 into 2, 4. We have 3 nitrogen and oxygen is 9. Okay, so let us now try to check which options are correct. Okay, let us try with option number A. We have 4 and 2. Suppose I take X as 4. That is, here if I put 4, let us check whether it is correct. So that's 4 means hydrogen becomes 4, nitrogen becomes 4, and oxygen becomes 4 3s are 12. So we have 12 oxygen. Let us check on the right hand side. Okay, I have put, so option is 2 here. Let us put 2 over here. Okay, copper is 1 only. Okay, nitrogen is Nitrogen is this 2 nitrogen and this 2 nitrogen, that is 4 nitrogen. Okay. Hydrogen is how many? Hydrogen is 4 only. This is 4 nitrogen. And oxygen is, this oxygen is 6 and this 4. Okay, this 3 to the 6 over here plus 2 into 2, 4 over here, and plus this 2, so it becomes 12. That means everything is balanced now. That means option number A is correct. Let us move on to question number 13. We have the question number 13 as the following reaction is an example of, the reaction is given to you, equation, and you are going to identify what type of reaction it is. We have it as displacement, combination, decomposition, or an exothermic reaction. Okay, the equation, that is calcium oxide plus water gives you calcium hydroxide. It's an example of combination. These two are combined, so combination is correct. We also know that calcium oxide, okay, calcium oxide plus H2O gives you calcium hydroxide. When you put calcium oxide in water, heat is evolved. Okay, so that means this is also an example of exothermy. So option 2 and 4. Let us check which option should contain this particular as an answer. So we have A only 3, B 1 and 3, C 2 and 4, and D 4. So correct option is C. Let us move on to question number 14. Complete the missing variable as x and y in the following reaction. Again, another example with balancing. As I already told you, this is very common question in this particular chapter, that is balancing the given equations. Okay. So here you should be very perfect in balancing the equation. Okay. And you need to do a lot of practice. Okay, let us try to read the reaction. We have question number 14, PB. Okay. In this particular reaction, it's not balancing. Here you are going to write what's x and y. Okay, very extremely sorry for this. X and y in this case not balancing part, whereas their physical state of the compound. Lead nitrate, okay, is aqueous. Copper, potassium iodide, again aqueous, gives you PbI2, that is lead iodide, and KNO3, potassium nitrate. What is X and Y? Okay, lead iodide is that which gives the yellow precipitate, so it is a solid. Okay, and KNO3, since it is in the water form, so it's the aqueous. So which option is having that? A, B, C, or D? Option number D is the correct answer, solid and aqueous. Okay, question number 15. Ferrous sulfate crystal lose water when heated. How many molecules of water are lost? FeSO4 have 7 water of crystallization, 7 molecule of water. It is also called ferrous sulfate septahydrate. Okay, 7. So the correct option is A 5, B 7, C 2, or D 4. The correct answer is B 7. Let us move on to next set of questions. We have question number 16. Heating of limestone produce. Limestone, we know that is nothing but calcium carbonate. When you heat it, it gives you calcium oxide, which is nothing but also known as quicklime. So let us check the options. Slake lime, quicklime, lime water, caustic soda. So the correct option is B, quicklime. Okay, let us move on to question number 17. Carbon dioxide gas burn with a pop sound when burning candle is brought near it. Options are A, true, B, false, C, can't say, D, partially true or false. We know that carbon dioxide gas do not burn with a pop sound. Which gas burn with a pop sound? That's the hydrogen gas burn with a pop sound and not the carbon dioxide. So this is the correct option is obviously B, false. Let us move on to question number 18. Okay, we have question number 18 as the formation of quicklime and carbon dioxide from calcium carbonate is an example of photochemical decomposition reaction, thermal decomposition reaction, oxidation reaction, or displacement reaction. Okay, so the correct option is when you add calcium carbonate when heated. Okay, when you heat it, okay, that means it's a thermal decomposition reaction. So calcium carbonate, when you heat it, okay, you are going to get calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. So it's a decomposition. This is getting decomposed. Okay, so because you are using heat, it's an example of thermal decomposition reaction. Okay, let us move on to question number 19. We have which of the following is exothermic reaction? Dissolution of sodium hydroxide in water, then evaporation of water, sublimation of silver chloride, or dissolution of salt in water. Okay, which of these is exothermic, which gives out heat, is known as exothermic reaction. So when you add sodium hydroxide NaOH in water, lot of heat is liberated. So that the picker become hot. You can watch my video. I have already done this particular video in my channel. You can check it out. Heat is generated. That means it's an example of a exothermic reaction. The correct answer is A. Let us move on to question number 20. Electrolysis of water is a decomposition reaction. The mole ratio of hydrogen and oxygen get liberated during the electrolysis of water is, let's write a water formula, H2O. How many molecule of hydrogen? 2. How many atoms of hydrogen? 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen. That means the ratio should be 2:1, and the correct option is, let us check, A 1:1, B 2:1, C 4:1, or D 1:2, 2:1. Let us move on to question number 21. The following reaction is an example of Fe2O3 plus Al gives you Fe plus Al2O3. Thermal decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, or neutralization reaction. We have ferrous oxide and aluminium. So this one, aluminium, is displacing iron and is taking the place over. That means it's an example of a displacement reaction. Okay, so the correct option is B, displacement reaction. Let us move on to question number 22. Heating of lead nitrate produced brown fumes of X gas. Identify X from the following. Okay, let us write the reaction. Okay, we have lead Pb NO3 twice lead nitrate. When you heat it, you get PbO plus NO2 plus oxygen. Okay, so we know that this particular gas is released. So brown fumes of X gas. So we know that the gas is nitrogen dioxide gas. Okay, so the correct option is A, lead oxide, B, oxygen nitrogen dioxide, or dinitrogen oxide. The correct answer is C, nitrogen dioxide. Let us move on to question number 23. Which of the following is incorrect statement? Mg is more reactive than H, Fe is less reactive than zinc, copper is more reactive than aluminum, or silver is less reactive. Let us write the reactivity series for this particular. We have the first one, potassium, then comes sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum. Okay, these four. Then we have zinc, iron, lead, Cu. Okay, then come this group, and finally we have silver and gold. So now let us check which is incorrect. Magnesium is more reactive than H. Magnesium is more reactive. Oh, yes, correct. Iron is less reactive than zinc. Okay, iron, where is iron? Fe, less reactive than zinc. Correct. Copper is more reactive than aluminum. Let us check. Copper here, aluminum here. So copper is more reactive. No, aluminum is more reactive. That means this is incorrect. Silver is less reactive than copper. This is correct. So this is the correct option. Okay. For that particular question, you may get it any examples over here. So let us put a star for this question. Okay. You may get anything under this, and therefore you should know the reactivity series. Question number 24 is, the process of respiration is dash. Oxidation and exothermic, reduction and endothermic, oxidation and endothermic, reduction and exothermic. This reaction of, that is respiration, is oxidation, that is addition of oxygen, and heat is liberated, so it is exothermic reaction. Question number 25 is, okay, when magnesium ribbon is burned, which of the following statement is observed? Magnesium burned with white flame and change into white powder. Magnesium burned with a white flame and change into black powder. Magnesium burned with a yellow flame, change into yellow powder. Or magnesium burned with a yellow flame and change into white powder. We know that when magnesium ribbon is burned, a dazzling white flame is observed. So the white flame, and you get changes to white powder. So option A is correct. Let us move on to question number 26. Okay, when gas sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide mix in presence of water, the reaction E, SO2 plus H2S, gives you H2O plus sulfur gas. Sulfur is separated. Here the hydrogen sulfide act as hydrogen sulfide. So we know that H2S becomes H2O. Okay, we know that here 1 minute.
पेंटिंग बताओ मम्मा ए मम्मा पेंटिंग करता हूँ मम्मा मम्मा पेंटिंग करता हूँ
Okay, let's continue. We know that H2S is getting reduced. That is, here addition of oxygen that is taking place. It is oxidation is taking place, and it itself is getting reduced. So it acts as reducing agent. So let us check which option is correct. An oxidizing agent, reducing agent, dehydrating agent, or decatalyst. As B, reducing agent. Let us move on to question number 27. Identify the correct statement from the following. MnO2 is getting reduced, whereas HCl is getting oxidized. MnO2 is getting oxidized, whereas HCl is getting reduced. MnO2 and HCl both are getting reduced. MnO2 and HCl are getting oxidized. The correct option is A, that is MnO2 is getting oxidized, whereas HCl is getting reduced. Let us move on to next set of questions. Okay, question number 28. Which of the following process involve chemical reaction? Storing of oxygen under pressure in a gas, liquefaction of air, keeping petroleum in a dish, or heating of copper wire in presence of air at high temperature. This question is repeated, but the options are repeated. The question is slightly different. Here the question says, which of the following process involve chemical reaction? So we know that when you heat copper wire, that means it's a chemical reaction that is taking place. Option number D. The reaction in which substances or substance undergo change to produce a new substance with a new property is called biochemical reaction. B, nuclear reaction. C, physical reaction, or D, chemical reaction. We know that when a new substance is formed, that means it's a type of chemical reaction. Question number 30. Why it is important to balance a skeletal chemical equation? A, to verify law of conservation of energy. B, to verify the law of constant proportion. C, to verify law of conservation of mass, or D, to verify law of conservation of momentum. We know that why do we balance our equation? To verify the law of conservation of mass. Mass can neither be taken nor destroyed during a chemical reaction. Therefore, the correct option is C. Let us move on to question number 31. Rima took 5 ml of lead nitrate solution in a beaker and added approximately 4 ml of potassium iodide solution. What she will observe? Okay, let me write this equation for you. We have Pb and nitrate, that is lead nitrate, plus Ki gives you PbI2 plus KNO3. This reaction is not balanced, but I am just writing a skeletal reaction. Lead nitrate plus potassium iodide gives you PbI2. This one is becoming yellow precipitate. Okay, that is lead iodide gives the formation. When the lead iodide form is form, that yellow precipitate is formed. The solution turned red, yellow precipitate was formed. C, white precipitate was formed. The reaction mixture become hot. The correct option is B, yellow precipitate is formed. To observe this reaction, you can watch my YouTube videos. I have already posted videos of magic with chemistry. Under that, you can check it out, this particular reaction. Okay, let us move on to question number 32. We have, which of the following gas can be used for storage of fresh sample of for an oil for long time? Carbon dioxide or oxygen. B, nitrogen or oxygen. C, carbon dioxide or lithium. Or D, helium or nitrogen. We know that helium and nitrogen both are inert gases. Okay, both of these are inert gases. That means they do not react with anything. So that is the correct option is D. Question number 33. There is an equation X which contain equal molecular atoms of each element on both sides. What is X? Is it balanced? It contains equal number of atoms. Either A, balanced, B, unbalanced, C, chemical, or D, all of the above. It is equal, therefore it is balanced. The correct answer is A. Question number 34. Which of the following reaction is an endothermic? Endothermic means absorb heat. Okay, absorb heat. Burning of coal. B, decomposition of vegetable matter into compost, process of respiration, or decomposition of calcium carbonate to form quick lime and carbon dioxide. Okay, which of the following is endothermic reaction? So the correct answer. So burning of coal, heat is given out. Decomposition Again, heat is given out exothermic. Process of respiration, heat is given out exothermic. So decomposition, heat is absorbed. Heat is decomposition itself is heat is absorbed. So here, this one is a endothermic reaction. Question number 35. What happened when dilute hydrochloric acid is added to iron film? Okay. Iron is a metal. When added, hydrochloric acid is added to metal, you get, instead of hydrochloric acid, let me write it as acid, any acid, you get metal salt, okay, and plus hydrogen gas is liberated. So let us check the options. A. Hydrogen gas and iron chloride are produced. B. Chlorine gas and iron hydroxide are produced. C. No reaction take place. Or D. Iron, salt and water are produced. Since I already given you the skeletal equation for this particular part, so when metal react with acid, metal, salt and hydrogen. So hydrogen gas option is here and iron chloride, it's the metal salt is formed. So option is A. Here you may get any other example. So this is again another type of question, a similar question you may get from this particular chapter. Let us move on to question number 36. When a chemical reaction, a product is obtained as precipitate, it is shown by which sign? A. Upward arrow. B. Downward arrow. C. Arrow moving towards the right hand side or arrow moving towards the left hand side. We know that precipitate is shown by this downward arrow. Okay, the correct option is B. Whereas upward arrow indicate gas, whereas these two arrows are the indicators for the direction of reaction, chemical reaction. Okay. Let us move on to question number 37. When iron needle are added to aqueous solution of copper sulfate, a chemical change occurs. Which of the following state is not true about the reaction? Blue color of the solution fades. C. It is displacement reaction. Or the iron dissolve completely. Okay. We have the option number B, and iron will become brownish in color. No. This is also taking place. And we have the option A, this is also taking place. Not true. It is the displacement reaction. It's correct. Iron doesn't dissolve completely. The correct answer is D. Okay. Let us move on to question number 38. When magnesium ribbon is rubbed with sandpaper before making it to burn, the reason for rubbing it. Why do we rub the magnesium ribbon? To remove moisture condensed over the surface, generate heat due to exothermic, to remove magnesium oxide from over the surface of magnesium, or mix silicon from the sandpaper, silicon dioxide, with magnesium for lowering the ignition temperature of the ribbon. We know that when magnesium ribbon is exposed to air for a longer duration, magnesium oxide is formed. To remove this, we are rubbing it with sandpaper before burning it. So the correct option is C. Okay, we have the question number 39. Silver article turn black when exposed to air. This is because silver react with air to form silver chloride, silver oxide, silver nitrate or silver sulphide. Okay, silver article when exposed to air, they turn blackish in color due to the reaction of silver with the sulfur gas from the environment, and it forms silver sulphide. Okay, the correct answer is silver sulphide. Now let us move on to question number 40. A substance added to food containing fat and oil is called oxidant, rancid, coolant or antioxidant. A substance added to food containing fats and oil is called antioxidant. These are added so that it's not going to, this fats and oil are not going to react with oxygen and form rancid. Okay, therefore antioxidants are added. It is more to question number 41. When hydrogen burns in oxygen, water is formed. When water is electrolyzed, then hydrogen and oxygen are produced. What type of chemical reactions occur in both? When hydrogen burn in oxygen, water is formed. So combination. And when water is electrolyzed, that means decomposition. So the correct answer is option number B, combination and decomposition. Let us move on to question number 42. In the reaction XHNO3 CaOH2 gives you calcium nitrate and plus Y water molecule. Again, this one is a very common question of balancing the given reaction or balancing the equation. So we have solved our previous examples and let us check the correct options for this. Before that, let us write. Okay, what is? We have hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen and calcium. Let us make two columns, left hand side and right hand side. On the left hand side we have how many hydrogen? On the right hand side how many hydrogen? Okay, we have one here and two here, so total 3 hydrogen. Nitrogen is 1, oxygen is 3 over here and these 2, so it becomes 5. Calcium is 1. Let us check on the right hand side. We have hydrogen over here 2, nitrogen over here 2, oxygen is 1, 3 to the 6, so 7 and calcium 1. Okay, if I put X is 2, let us check it out. If I put 2 number here, the hydrogen becomes 4, nitrogen becomes 2, 3. We have oxygen, this 2, 3 to the 6 and this 2, so 2 and 6, 8. Calcium is 1. And if I put 2 over here, so let us check it out. Hydrogen becomes 4, nitrogen 4, 2 to the 4. Nitrogen become 2. Okay. Oxygen 3 to the 6 and 2, 8. And calcium is 1. So balance. So the correct option should be 2 and 2. Option number B, 2 and 2. Fatty food become rancid due to process of. Why do they become rancid? Rancid means fat get react with oxygen, okay, and they become rancid. The process is termed as oxidation or corrosion or reduction or hydrogenation. Reacting with oxygen means oxidation. Let us move on to question number 44. Identify the double decomposition reaction. Hydrogen burn in air, electrolysis of water, digestion of food in our body, addition of dilute sulfuric acid to barium chloride solution. Hydrogen burn in air, electrolysis of water, digestion of food in our body, or addition of dilute sulfuric acid to barium chloride. Okay, double decomposition reaction. So the correct answer all these: hydrogen burn in air, combination, electrolysis, decomposition, digestion of food, displacement. Okay, here double decomposition reaction is taking place between dilute sulfuric acid and barium chloride. So the correct option is D. Let us move on to question number 45. Which among the following is not a chemical change? Means what? Which of the following is a which of the following is not a physical change? That means which of the following is a chemical change? Okay. So that, as I already told you in my previous question, we have got this question. So it is very common type. Okay, similar one you may get. Examples may differ, options may differ. Okay, so evaporation of petrol, physical. Burning of liquefied petroleum gas, chemical. heating of an iron rod to red hot. Okay, physical, just heating, it's not changing. So when you just heating the iron, it become red hot again. It when we don't supply the heat, it will come back to the original shape and color. D. Sublimation of solid ammonium chloride. Sublimation, physical. Burning is a chemical. So just don't go under heating word. Just because heating word I have gone, that means it will also be chemical. No. Let's check it. Check the correct. Read the options correctly. So the option B is the correct. We have the question number 46. Fe2O3 plus Al gives you Al2O3 plus I. Our reaction is an example of combination double displacement, decomposition displacement. Aluminium is displacing iron. Okay, that means it's the example of displacement reaction. Let us move on to question number 47. The chemical formula of lead sulfate is, what's the correct formula? Lead Pb sulfate SO4. Okay, so the correct option is A, Pb2SO4, PbSO4 twice, PbSO4, Pb2SO4 twice. Okay, so the correct option is C, PbSO4. We store silver chloride in dark color bottle because it is white solid. D, undergo redox reaction, decompose by sunlight. None of this. Silver chloride is stored in dark color bottle so that the sunlight is blocked. Because the silver chloride react with sunlight, it undergo decomposition there and it becomes silver sulphide. Okay, so to avoid that, it is kept in dark color bottle. So it is decomposed by sunlight. Option number C is correct. 49. The reaction in which two compounds exchange their ion to form two new compounds is called exchange of ions. Okay, exchange of ion take place. Let us check the options. Okay, we have displacement, combination, double displacement or redox. The correct answer is C, double displacement reaction. Exchange of ion, two ions are exchanged, that means it's a double displacement. Let us move on to question number 50. Which of the following is termed as oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent, one which gives oxygen, or one which remove oxygen, one which give hydrogen, or all of the above. The correct option is A, one which gives oxygen. Which of the following is termed as reducing agent? Which gives oxygen, remove oxygen, which remove hydrogen, all of the above. Let us check the correct answer for this. Reducing agent means which remove oxygen. Okay, oxygen is remove. So B, correct option, which remove oxygen. Okay. Last question we have. Which of the following gas is produced when carbon is burned in air? Carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, oxygen or hydrogen? The correct answer is A, carbon dioxide gas is formed. So in today's session, we have covered the most important question from chapter 1, that is chemical reactions and equation. These are the possible questions in this particular lesson. Okay, while revising for your upcoming exam, you should try to analyze the lesson, what are the subtopics, and try to find out certain common pattern. There will be thousands of videos which you find on the channel, different channels of the YouTube. Okay, but most important things that you should know from this chapter, the different types. So in this particular video, I have tried to cover up the most important question and what are the similar types of question that you may get from this particular chapter. I hope this video is helpful for you. So if you find my video a helpful one, hit on the like button. If you are new to my channel, subscribe my channel and hit on the bell icon so that you are going to get notification about the latest video, and whenever I take live session, you are going to get that notification. Thank you and bye-bye.